Spring has truly arrived, and it brings with it fresh and positive feelings. The light stays for longer, and we can finally let go of the last heavinesses from the winter season. Nothing beats the fresh wind that enters from the open windows on a sunny spring day. The cherry trees are in full bloom, and my body gets filled with energy from seeing all the beautiful spring flowers. The sunshine is delightful and stays for longer. Suddenly, it feels like all worries have disappeared and all is well once again. The naked trees are finally becoming green, and more sprouts are growing to soon become the beautiful summer flowers and fruits. Spring is a sign of renewal, and with it, the opportunity for a fresh start. With that, it makes sense to clean out the old, to make space for the new, both in a literal as well as mental sense. In today's video, I thought to bring you with me while I do some spring cleaning in our home, and to show you some of the Easter decorations I like to decorate with each year. Since I am from Sweden, I thought it would also be a great occasion to tell the story of the Easter witches, which is a common and fun tradition in Sweden. It is the first time I've actually dived down to understand some of the history of this tradition, which I used to do when I was a child. Spring cleaning has been a thing for hundreds, if not thousands of years, across generations and across cultures. Once the warm weather arrives at our doorstep, it is the perfect time to open up our homes and get rid of the dust the winter season has left behind. It is the time of year to get your home once again organized and declutter anything you may not need. Somehow, every year, things build up, and it is nice to once again be grateful to the corners of your home that you normally don't notice. While I prioritize many things in my daily life, cleaning and organizing aren't always at the top of my list. For a long time, I used to see it as a chore, and often postponed it for as long as I could. I believe the reason why I didn't enjoy it was because I didn't have a routine in place. I could clean for hours without seeing any progress. And I got easily distracted when I found random things or photos that I ended up looking through instead. It's not until the past year I've started to shift my mindset about cleaning. Instead of seeing it as a chore, I started to see it as a self-care practice. The big shift happened once I started focusing at one place at a time and not moving on to the next thing until I was done. Once I could see the progress, it also became a bit more enjoyable. I do enjoy the feeling once the home is cleaner and clearer. It helps the mind. This is a way of loving myself, my partner, our little dog, and our apartment. Once all the ground cleaning is done, it is time for my favorite part, to cleanse the energy and setting intention. The main intention I'm setting at this time is healing energy. I normally do some kind of simple decoration for each season. I like the changes of season outdoors as well as indoors. I first got that inspiration from my grandmother. Her birthday was on the 1st of April. Not an easy day to have your birthday on. No matter the season, she always made sure to decorate her home. There were always seasonal flowers, curtains, tableware, and cute little decorations. For Easter, her place used to be filled with little chickens and the Easter twigs, or Påskkärring as we would call it. It is a symbol of renewal and celebration of the lighter days to come. Easter twigs are not that much of a thing in Switzerland. However, they do have Easter branches that work for the same purpose. As the season change, so do the traditions we hold dear. And when it comes to Easter, there is one childhood tradition that stands out to me: the celebration of the Easter witches, or Påskkärring, as we'd say in Swedish. For many years, we used to dress up, and I never questioned where this tradition came from. Maybe because it wasn't until I moved abroad that I realized it's not commonly done elsewhere. Since my interest in folklore has grown in my adult years, I thought I'd dive into the history of this tradition. In Sweden, it is common for children to dress up as Easter witches and walk around the neighborhood asking for treats. It's similar to the trick or treat we do during Halloween, but without the tricks. This takes place on the skärtorsdag, Maundy Thursday, before the witches fly off on their brooms to Blåkulla, the Blue Hill, to celebrate with the devil and other witches. When I was young, I used to paint Easter drawings with chickens on them, along with the blessing that I would give to my neighbors. It was a great strategy for getting more treats. The Easter witches have their roots in the biblical story of the night before Good Friday, when Jesus was betrayed by Judas. Once Jesus' fate was sealed with crucifixion, popular beliefs held that all evil powers were released. The devil then invited witches to come and celebrate at the Blue Hill together. The Easter witch, Påskkärring, has been a part of Swedish culture since medieval times. Back then, it was important to protect yourself and your farm from evil spirits and potential destruction. This tradition is also found in parts of Finland. To ward off evil, people would dress up as witches and light bonfires. Bonfires still takes place today in some areas. Blåkulla was a legendary island somewhere in the Baltic Sea, which could only be reached by broom. The place is featured in many different children's tales. And if you're curious to visit, there are many different locations in Sweden said to be the real place. One of these islands, called Blå Jungfrun, also known as the Blue Maiden. You may be wondering the reasoning behind these myths. And one common theory is that often remote places, dangerous for humans to visit, were named and mentioned in scary tales in order to keep people away. While witches are often portrayed in a scary, dark aesthetic, this is not the case for the Easter witch. She is depicted in old-fashioned, colorful farm clothes with a scarf around her head, rosy cheeks and freckles. This style comes from the 1800s agricultural Sweden. The witch also carries a basket or a coffee pot to collect the treats. We don't fully know why this became an activity for children, due to a lack of sources. The more detailed records date back to the early 1800s. Back then, it was adults who dressed up to scare others and potential evil spirits. Over time, it evolved into teenagers and young adults playing dress up and causing mischief in the villages. And today, it is primarily a children's activity in most places. We may never fully know exactly where the story of the Easter witches started, but we do know they are continuing to spread their celebration, and today it becomes what you want it to be. Have you heard of the Easter witches before? Or how do you celebrate springtime? I would love to learn more about different spring traditions. As I'm editing this video, it is now raining and all the trees has fully bloomed. I have missed the smell of spring rain and will try to spend more time outside to enjoy it. I'm sending you magical wishes and a happy Easter. Thank you for watching this video.